Charlie 210, Sir Nisely, got that first block.
Scott Nisely on the far right is the guardsman who walked his daughter down the aisle. He's unique in the battalion. Nisely spent a career in the Marine Corps and retired as a major, but he missed the military, so he took the only job the Guard had to offer and sacrificed 9 levels of rank. Now he's a staff sergeant, leading a patrol that scouts for the enemy ahead of the convoy. For a full year after they left Iowa, the Guardsmen were more lucky than not. But one day, in September 2006, the luck ran out for Battalion Commander Ben Carell and his citizen soldiers.
It was a beautiful, we'll call it a fall day. We're in the process of chasing down a suspected insurgent vehicle, and the vehicle was trying to outrun the forces that we had on the ground. I knew coming into this we'd have some long days. I'll tell you that when the reality sits in that 2 people that you care about, you lost them, it's a heavy load, and my knees got weak.
Nearly a year to the day after they left home, the battalion suffered its first losses in Anbar province. 2 soldiers, one of the youngest and one of the oldest, were killed in a firefight while trying to stop roadside bombers. Back home in Iowa, Major Kevin Loney was driving to the home of one of the families to break the news.
For me, it's not easy, but we do it out of respect for both the family and the soldier and the service to their country. And quite frankly, for me, it's an honor to do it. This is probably the closest to hell in anything that I've ever had to do in my life, in terms of the emotional and the fact that these families are being told that they lost a soldier in combat.
Okay.
So we believe she's home. So try to.
He is heading to Sarah Nisely's porch.
I'll be back.
Just a year before, Sarah walked down the aisle with her dad, Scott Nisely, the Marshalltown postman and retired Marine. Nisely's wife, Jerry, was at her sister's when the officers came to her door.
And I said, oh no, this is for me. And the rushing in your ears starts, and you go to the door, and then in my mind, I'm just saying over and over and over, just tell me he's injured. I don't care if he doesn't come home with any legs. I don't care. Just let him come home. But then they said no, that he had been killed in action.
Sarah had worried that he wouldn't come back, and that's why she moved up her wedding 2 months.
Friends, we are gathered here in the sight of God and in the presence of these witnesses to join...
As father of the bride, this was the first dance.
We'll take the world together. We'll take them by the hand. 'Cause I got him for you.
And it was the last.
This was going to be our 25th wedding anniversary when he came home, and he was finally going to get out. I have not experienced any anger over this situation. I'm disappointed in what I've lost for my future. Mm-hmm. Just my personal loss.
You met Scott's body coming back at the airport.
Mm-hmm. In Des Moines.
Why?
Because we always went to his welcome home, and we felt that this one wasn't any different than any of the others, and that we needed to be there. It was very moving. Yeah. The Patriot Guard were there to support us, and all branches of the military service were there, and it was just nice to have him home. Not the way we wanted him home, but nice to have him home nonetheless.
you remember the moment when the officer handed you the flag?
Mm-hmm.
The President of the United States, I present this flag for the service that your husband gave for his country, for a grateful nation.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you and your family.
Thank you, sir.
What were you thinking in that moment?
I think that it's finally over. I knew that I would miss him terribly, and then I had a challenge of what my next life is going to be. I mean, going on from here. It hasn't always been easy. Some days are better than others. And that's okay.
Nisely's buddies from the Marshalltown Post Office volunteered for the tribute through town.